Previously on Fabulous.
Is there a difference between, for instance, you raise children and today you watch them raise your grandchildren? Do you see a difference?
Yes, I see a lot of differences because the times have changed.
Okay.
There are some things that are, a source of temptation to the modern generation.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Fabulous, the online TV channel dedicated to providing content to support the modern African family thrive, be united and be successful. There's a saying that love me, love my dog. The fact that we are Africans coming from a high context society means that when we marry, it is not just between two individuals, it's between families. Now, how do you handle the idiosyncrasies that come with the extended family in Africa? And how do you manage that so that we create a win-win situation and not a win-lose or lose-win situation? To help me do that, we have on the show a marriage counselor, a mother, a grandmother, an author, several books. She's also a conference speaker, much sought after in churches, in workshops, and in seminars. To know more, stay tuned. This is Fabulous. Practically at home, today and in our work at Lead Africa, a lot of parents come to us and say, how do I handle sibling rivalry between this and that? How did you handle that among the 5 children? Well, did you see it first of all, and if you did, how did you handle it?
Not much. Not the one secret I learned was that when you lead the children to Christ and you get them involved, the Lord takes over.
Okay.
So you don't have too many. I didn't have a lot of raising character issues and all that. Yes. I'm not saying that it was automatic. I think I prayed.
You worked for it. You engineered it.
So there were times when the one who comes before Robert, Robert is a male, and the firstborn is a girl. Oh, okay. And there were only 15 months between them. So he didn't see why a woman should, so that was an issue. But we had to talk about it, and then we yes.
So when you saw something that was going on that you didn't like, you talked about it as a family to be able to resolve it. Okay.
Then I tried this, but I wouldn't say it's my own strength though. The morning devotion, it helps. Okay. When you start the day with the Lord, then so sometimes they remember some of the scriptures we shared and the songs. Sometimes they will say that when I sing this song, then I remember those old days. And life was difficult those days. That's very true, because I still sing my Sunday school songs. I still 30 years, 35 years, I still remember them and I sing them. And when I sing them, I remember my Kutubabi down days. What about external family members? How did you handle that? Because in Africa, and we have already discussed that the marriage itself is a relationship between families. And so we tend to have nephews and nieces and younger siblings who are staying with us, grandparents, sometimes older siblings of the father or the sister who are always around, hovering around the marriage. How did you handle that? I didn't have much trouble with that. Okay. My husband was last born. I think he was the 11th born. And some of his older brothers could have fathered him. So he was the spoiled last born of his father. So a lot of them were, living their lives and did not interfere with us much.
Because they had already set up in life. So they didn't have to. But in case there were some, or from your experience as a counselor, how should we handle the issue of external or extended family members who are either interfering or are living with the modern home?
It depends on the situation. Sometimes, I think that personally, I would ask the Lord for wisdom. Wisdom as to manage each of the situations. And then if it's a child, you correct the child and say, this is what you do and this is what you don't do. Some of them are sent there to come and frustrate the marriage and to fight the family. They are there on assignment.
That's true.
So you don't give them the chance. Sometimes when you also involve them in the praying and the study, prayer study, it helps.
Okay.
But
the morning devotions.
Because
it shapes them. Change.
It shapes them, yes. Okay. But I believe that you ask the Lord for wisdom, and He always will give.
Okay.
You give. Sometimes when they come with the sole purpose to frustrate you and all that, no. I'm learning that when they mean evil, you are nice to them. Conquer evil with good. Sometimes they come to fight you so that when you quarrel and they steal your joy and all that. But sometimes you just close your eyes as if you are not seeing anything. Sometimes when the children are unbecoming or they behave out of character, when they grow, you see their folly, and some will even come and apologize and all that. But no marriage is without its rough spots. Every marriage has its peculiar challenges.
That's true.
Because for us women, for instance, when we are happy in marriage, then we don't do much. Again, we are just there. So the Lord will give us. I always say that the Lord, every marriage has a homework, something that will make you go on your knees. If it's not relationship issues, maybe money, maybe ill health, maybe something, work, career, all that. So there will always be something that will make you turn to the Lord if you give Him chance, and He will.
I like that. Every marriage has its issues. Every relationship has its issues. If it's not A, it will be B. But Mrs. Saki says her strategy for dealing with extended family members is, one, be nice to them, so that even when they come with an agenda, your niceness will overwrite their agenda, and then involve them in prayer, in devotions, and in other things, so that you can also transform their mind, so that they don't become a burden. Your final words in terms of how our generation, their generation should handle themselves to have long-lasting, happy, fruitful, successful marriages.
From experience, I realized that marriage was God's idea. He initiated it, and He also knows how to manage whatever situation you find yourself in. So the modern lifestyle, we are so busy that we normally try to crowd Him out of our affairs and all that, but He's the first person that we should relate to. He will help us handle every problem, every individual issue. So God Himself has been the key in all that I've done and all that I do, where I am today. If we bring Him in, He will help us. He was there before the previous generations, and He's still here with us too. When we go and Christ doesn't come, He will still be with us behind. So bring Him in first, pray, ask for direction. It works when you are relying on Him and He is leading. Because some of the things that fight us, you can't even handle them with knowledge or money. It has to be Him and Him alone. And that has helped.
Wow, that's been Mrs. Flora Saki, retired educationist, author, marriage counselor, conference speaker, mother of 5 children, grandmother of 14 children, giving us words of wisdom. And all this is being done so that the African family will thrive, will succeed, will be happy, and will be successful. This is what Famlos is all about. It's all about the family. So, Mrs. Saki, if you were to advise your younger self, what would you say to her?
My younger self?
Yes.
There were some things.
Your 18-year-old self.
There were some things that I did out of anger, frustration, that I would not do today. I'll be more patient with God, more patient with my circumstances, more patient with other people, and I'll be more generous, thoughtful of other people, and think of what I will leave behind, not what I will get for myself.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you very much for staying with us, for watching, and for subscribing to this channel. This is Famless, the family-focused TV channel for the African family. What we do here is to provide content that will help you to live a fulfilled, happy, successful life. Famless, nihil interest, sisi sui. Nothing matters except one's family.
Next on Famlo.
On it. Could you educate us on the importance of temperament before drawing the relationship? And then when you are finished with that, we'll come to how we can do that with our children on it. Could you educate us on the importance of temperament before drawing the relationship? And then when you are finished with that, we'll come to how we can do that with our children.